The grudge match, the decider, the one for all the marbles, at least until the next one. For the third straight year, the Powell River Kings and Victoria Grizzlies are set to meet in an Island Division final in the second round of the BC Hockey League playoffs, and with the previous two series each being decided by overtime game and series-winning goals, this matchup is poised to be a stellar affair. The Kings and the Grizzlies played 8 games this regular season, Powell River winning the season series 6 games to 2. It's the most lopsided series between the two teams since the Kings went 7-1 against a very undermanned and in turmoil Victoria team in the 2011-12 season. Kings also outscored the Grizzlies 44-26, outshot them 288-263. In this series preview, we'll take a look at 3 main storylines heading into the series between the Kings and the Grizzlies, starting with some lopsided victories on 3 occasions this year. The Kings getting massive lopsided wins against a Victoria team that were either at full strength or very near full strength when the two teams played. Opening night, the Kings found themselves down 3-0 late in the second period before Matt Fawcett put his new team on his shoulders.
Skewers it, poking at it. Fawcett low, shoots and scores! Matt Fawcett! First goal of the BCHL.
Circle, but Chapman staying square to the shot, makes the save, holds on for whistle. Fawcett wins the draw.
Loose in front, they score! Fawcett has 2! Scramble off the draw, Matt Fawcett putting the team on his back.
The Kings had run away 5-3 winners on the night. Not a lopsided win by any stretch, but 5 unanswered goals and rallying from a 3-0 deficit set the tone in the season series for what was to come. October 20th, the third game of the season series, and perhaps the one that sticks out in the memory banks most of all. The Kings getting 6 goals on 13 shots in the first period, another 5 on 11 in the second, en route to a 12-5 victory in Victoria against the Grizzlies. Rowan Miller scoring his first pair of BCHL goals.
Putt and chip ahead, regathers it himself. Avgrol behind the net, throws in front, Linton on the backhand, still loose, they score! The Kings in front, it's Rowan Miller. Bushlear, a shot fought off well by Adamic. Puck to the blue line, Berger tried to play it, lost it. Here's a chance for Rowan Miller, partial break. Miller shoots and scores all the way along the ice. Out past the pad of Charles-Olivier Lepage. Miller has 2, and the Kings put up double digits. It is 10-2.
Finally, the last game between the two in the regular season was here at the Hatt Parker Arena on February the 17th, as the Kings out to a 3-0 lead just past the 5-minute mark. Levi Glazeman this time with a pair of goals.
Seeing is McDonald, Krogfast in on a forecheck, trying to knock it loose out in front. Glazeman scores! Back up top right side, Kings a shooting gallery. Glazeman scores, and it's 3-0.
Brian Bruchette would score a hat-trick, including his league-leading 40th on the season, as the Kings thumped Victoria 8-3.
And Berger comes back out and they score! Bruchette the hat-trick.
Now add in a pair of games here at the Hatt Parker Arena, a 5-2 win back in January where the Kings were able to score 5 unanswered to get out to that 5-0 lead before Victoria got on the board late in the game. And then the following night, Kings down 1-0, scoring 6 unanswered to win that game 6-1. The Kings have a proven and demonstrated ability this season to get in behind the Victoria defense and challenge and even chase the Victoria netminders. In fact, in 5 games this season of the 8 that the two teams played, the Kings scored 3 or more goals without response from Victoria. In 3 of those 5 games, it was the Grizzlies to open the scoring before Powell River came out on top after 60.
Bruchette a hat-trick, Koblenz a pair, Glazeman a pair, and Byrne the other.
Now, we can't talk about the Victoria Grizzlies without talking about the so-called Fab Five, led by upcoming NHL entry draft prospects Alex Newhook and Alex Campbell, supported by New York Rangers draft pick Riley Hughes, along with the league's leading defenseman scorer from the regular season, Carter Berger, and Jeremy Bushlear. The 5 are the linchpin of a Victoria offense.
Berger, Newhook, Hughes, and Campbell out for the Grizzlies as Newhook shoots and scores, and that's the hat-trick.
The 5, who float in and out with each other at even strength, often come together on a power play, and the numbers show just how crucial they are to the Victoria Grizzlies. When the Grizzlies are either short-handed or even strength, the Fab Five, led by Newhook, make up 47.8% of all goals scored by Victoria and just over 43% of points. Those numbers skyrocket on the power play, with the Five often combining on a unit that accounted for 31 of 48 power play goals scored by Victoria this entire season. That's almost 65%. Overall, just half of the Victoria offense comes through 5 players, which is a telling story. Stop the Fab Five and you go a long way to stopping the Grizzlies. It's something that the Kings have been pretty good at this season. The Fab Five scoring 48 points in the 8 games, led by Newhook's 16. 5 of those coming in a single game with a hat-trick and 2 assists. Finally, in this series preview, we talk about special teams. It is so crucial at this time of the year. A big power play goal can turn the momentum of a hockey game in the same way that a successful kill or certainly a short-handed goal can. For 2 teams in the upper echelon, though, of the BCHL power play stats, the man advantage hasn't necessarily been the main factor that we perhaps expected it could be heading into the Island Division Championship.
Puck rings to the near side. Colblin's drilled to the boards. Glazeman over. Bruchette fires and scores. Ryan Bruchette restores the 2-goal advantage as the Kings early on a power play, 16 seconds in.
The Kings went 9 for 37 on the power play this season series, 24.32% in the 8 games, highlighted by a 2 for 3 night in Victoria on February 2nd. On the kill, the Kings allowed just 5 power play goals from the Grizzlies all series, 1 in each of 5 of the 8 games. It's going to be an interesting series. The Powell River Kings go into it full of confidence after a first-round victory over the Nanaimo Clippers in 5 games and just over a week's worth of rest. They've also got a great record against Victoria this year, winning the season series by a score of 6 games to 2. For the Victoria Grizzlies, they've got 24 hours more rest than the Kings after they swept the Alberni Valley Bulldogs in round 1. And of course, Alex Newhook, a game changer for the Victoria side. So what will separate these 2 teams? It could come in net. The Kings have shown ability this year to get under the skin of Curtis Chapman and chase Zach Rose, while Mitch Adamic has largely been a rock for the Kings this season against Victoria. Mateo Paylor-Chow also beating the Grizzlies in last year's Island Division final. The winner of this series will advance to the 3rd round of the BC Hockey League playoffs and the BCHL semi-final series between either the Prince George Spruce Kings or the Chilliwack Chiefs, who are battling it out for a mainland division crown. And in a series between the Kings and the Grizzlies, where the previous 2 matchups have been decided in overtime in Victoria with game and series winning goals, 1 bounce, 1 shot, or 1 save could very well decide a 2019 Island Division champion.